His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa received at Sakhir Palace the Saudi Minister of Interior, His Royal Highness Prince Abdulaziz bin Saud bin Naif bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, to greet His Majesty upon his visit to the kingdom to lead the Saudi side participating in the meeting of the Security Committee of the Saudi Bahraini Coordination Council. His Majesty affirmed pride in the historic brotherly relations between Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, their leaderships and people, hailing the joint keenness to solidify its foundations at all levels. His Majesty valued Saudi Arabia's honourable positions led by the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, in support of Bahrain, which embodies the close historical ties based on brotherhood and solidarity between the two countries. His Royal Highness conveyed to His Majesty the greetings and appreciation of the custodian of the two holy mosques and the Saudi Crown Prince and Prime Minister, His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, and their best wishes of further progress and prosperity to Bahrain and its people. His Majesty welcomed His Royal Highness and asked him to convey his greetings to the Saudi monarch and Crown Prince of good health and happiness, and to the Saudi people for further progress and prosperity. His Majesty the King hailed the endeavours of the Saudi monarch and the leading role of Saudi Arabia in promoting security, stability and peace in the region, preserving the capabilities and interests of its countries and people, defending their issues and supporting the joint Gulf action process. His Majesty praised the role of the Saudi Bahraini Coordination Council in overseeing all areas of bilateral cooperation through its committees in the political, economic, investment, military, social and media fields since 2019 for the benefit of the two countries and their people. For his part, the Saudi Interior Minister expressed thanks and appreciation to His Majesty for the warm reception and hospitality, and for His Majesty's keenness to strengthen the close fraternal relations and historical ties between the two kingdoms and their people. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa received at Sakhir Palace the Grand Mufti of Egypt, Professor Dr. Nadir Mohammed Ayad, and the Secretary General of the Council of Senior Scholars, Professor Dr. Abbas Shoman, to greet His Majesty on the occasion of their visit to Bahrain to attend the meeting of the Supreme Committee for the preparation of the Intra-Muslim Dialogue Conference, which will be hosted by the Kingdom early next year. His Majesty welcomed the Grand Mufti of Egypt and the accompanying delegation, wishing the participants in this meeting success in achieving their desired goals to serve the nation's causes and promote the values of solidarity, cohesion and solidarity among its various components in the face of current challenges. His Majesty expressed Bahrain's keenness to support joint Islamic action and promote fraternal cooperation and coordination with Islamic countries to achieve the aspirations of their people for development and progress. His Majesty affirmed Bahrain's unwavering approach in consolidating rapprochement and coexistence between different religions and sects and enhancing communication between civilizations and culture. His Majesty the King praised the role of Dar al-Ifta in serving the Islam, promoting its principles and spreading its tolerant teachings and its great values of moderation and tolerance. His Majesty the King's representative for Humanitarian Affairs and Youth Affairs and Chairman of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, and the presence of the Secretary General of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, Ayman bin Tawfiq Al Muayyad, received the Chairman of Al Zayani Investments, Zayed bin Rashid Al Zayani, and the CEO of Al Zayani Investments, Rashid Zayed Al Zayani, accompanied by the CEO of Marbella Football Centre, MFC, Andre Roldan, and the Director of Tourism Friendly Matches at Manchester United, Christopher Common, as representatives of MFC. During the meeting, His Highness Sheikh Nasser listened to a detailed explanation from MFC on ways of cooperation in the field of sports tourism, where the company reviewed its experience in preparing and designing large sports centres and international facilities to attract athletes and teams from all over the world for training before sports seasons, including specialized equipment for training, recovery and healthcare within a comprehensive environment that meets the needs of professional athletes. The Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, chaired by His Highness Sheikh Nasser, aims to review a number of distinguished international experiences that aim to promote sports tourists in the kingdom and contribute to strengthening ties with international companies to make Bahrain a prominent destination for high-performance training and sports tourism, making it a place for elite training in the Middle East. Khalifa Sports City hosted the closing ceremony tonight for the ISF Gymnasiade Bahrain 2024, the largest international school games in the history of the world. Bahrain hosted the event with a wide participation that included 5,515 male and female students representing 80 school unions from 71 countries, as the event was recorded as the largest in the history of the Gymnasiade, which was characterized by enthusiasm and competitive spirit. The Gymnasiade witnessed wide and distinguished participation as it provided the opportunity for thousands of students to learn about different cultures and compete with high sportsmanship, reflecting Bahrain's commitment to developing international school sports.
as one.
Welcome to Bahrain. Witness greatness cause we got game. We love the competition. Feels like we on a mission. Trust me, it feels the same. Now watch me, you can't stop me. I'ma work till you see me in top three. Success is on my mind only, cause I'm thinking about winning that trophy. This is my time to shine every day. I stay on the grind. Let's keep growing. We ready, let's keep going. The future is ours.
Bahraini teams at the ISF Gymnasiade succeeded in raising their tally to 42 coloured medals after adding 9 new medals, including 10 gold, 12 silver and 20 bronze. This success enhances Bahrain's sporting achievements and highlights Bahrain's position as a distinguished host country. With these achievements, Bahrain continues to increase its tally of coloured medals in the championship, reflecting its commitment to developing school sports and highlighting Bahrain's ability to host the largest sporting event with distinction. The Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Isa bin Salman Education Charitable Trust and Chairman of the Board of Directors of Temkeen, Izani Sheikh Isa bin Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, met with the newly appointed Acting Secretary General and Director of the Department of Student Affairs and Educational Institutions at the Isa bin Salman Education Charitable Trust, Msha'al Al-Qtami, at Rufa Palace. His Highness commended Team Bahrain's efforts across various sectors in serving Bahrain and its citizens, as well as advancing the Kingdom's development under the leadership of His Majesty the King and with the support of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. His Highness expressed appreciation for the efforts of the Trust personnel in enhancing the Kingdom's education sector and its outcomes. His Highness affirmed that upskilling and investing in Bahrainis by enhancing their knowledge and education will pave the way for a prosperous and sustainable future. His Highness emphasized the importance of creating quality opportunities for Bahraini citizens and offering them access to best practices and educational experiences Highnesses, cementing their position as the first choice of employment in the labour market. For her part, Al-Ghtami expressed gratitude for His Highness's support of the national workforce and affirmed her commitment to increasing efforts to meet the Kingdom's educational aspirations. The Minister of Education, Vice Chairman of the Trust, Dr. Mohammed bin Barak Jum'a, Board of Trustees, member of the ISF bin Salman Educational Charitable Trust, Sheikh Salman bin Ahmed bin Salman Al Khalifa, and the Board of Trustees, member of the ISF bin Salman Educational Charitable Trust and Chairperson of the Trust Quality and Education Committee, Sheikh Asil bin Khalifa bin Salman Al Khalifa, also attended the meeting. The Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the ISF bin Salman Educational Charitable Trust, Chairman of the Board of Directors of Tamkeen, and Chairman of the Rashid Equestrian and Horse Racing Club High Committee, His Highness Sheikh Isa bin Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, paid an inspection visit to the Rashid Equestrian and Horse Racing Club in Al Rafa area in Sakhir in the presence of a number of officials from the club, where His Highness was briefed on the preparations of the launch of the 2024-25 horse racing season, which will play a major role in highlighting the advanced levels reached by the club's facilities and development facilities and the success of the season. His Highness pointed out the importance of preparing all the necessary logistical preparations and equipment at the Rashid Equestrian and Horse Racing Club to be ready to serve all organizational and technical aspects for participants in the race and visitors, praising His Highness for the efforts made by all parties working on development projects at the Rashid Equestrian and Horse Racing Club, and wishing everyone continued success and achieving success in the upcoming racing season. His Highness stressed the importance of harnessing all efforts and capabilities to continue implementing developmental plans and programs and adopting more of them to contribute to the success of the upcoming horse racing season, in line with the goals aimed at continuing to enhance the horse racing sector at all levels and achieving more of the usual excellence within the comprehensive development process led by His Majesty the King and the follow-up of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. The Representatives Council yesterday held its weekly meeting presided over by its Speaker Ahmed Limsalem. The Council approved the letter received from the Cabinet regarding the amendment of some provisions of the labour law in the private sector. The Council also approved some provisions related to civil service laws and referred the draft law to the Shura Council. The Council then approved a draft law amending some provisions of the Penal Code. Under the patronage of the Speaker of the Representatives Council, Ahmed Limsalem, and in the presence of the Chairman of the Shura Council, Ali As-Saleh, the Minister of Labour, Jamil Ahmeidan, and senior officials, the 7th Business Incubators and Accelerators Conference kicked off with the participation of 17 Arab countries. More in this report.
Entrepreneurs, companies, commercial, technical and economic institutions, in addition to owners of small and micro enterprises from various Arab countries, gathered in the Kingdom of Bahrain in the 7th edition of the Business Incubators and Accelerators Conference with wide Arab participation to discuss ways to develop the business sector.
I think that it's a very good chance to be invited to such a conference and such a good place to exchange the experience between all the international people from all over the Gulf area and the Arabic places and the Arabic countries. And I love to participate with them, and I love to keep the connection and keep the networking between all of us to spread the word all over the Arab countries.
The conference is an opportunity to exchange ideas and visions among the participants, inspire success stories, and move forward towards maximizing the benefits of the economy in the Arab world through interactive sessions and workshops.
It was really a pleasure to participate today in this conference, especially during the panel of discussing about the challenges of incubators today, and especially about how to get the budget and how to help the entrepreneurs and the small enterprises to start and to be successful, and especially to transform the idea to a product or to a service in the market.
In its 7th edition, the conference is witnessing wide Arab participation diverse experiences and different specialties that meet to exchange experiences and develop more recommendations that will contribute to providing more support for entrepreneurs and small and micro enterprises.
The chairman of the Shura Council, Ali Al-Saleh, with the participation of a number of members of the council and the Secretary General of the council, planted a number of trees in the agricultural areas of the Shura Council. On this occasion, the chairman stressed that the sustainability of programs, initiatives and plans aimed at expanding the afforestation process translates the national efforts made by the kingdom under the leadership of His Majesty the King to consolidate environmental culture, increase green spaces and enhance community awareness of the importance of committing to national responsibility and contributing to planting trees and plants. He praised the initiative of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister to launch the Tree Week, which confirms the kingdom's efforts to double the number of trees to 3.6 million by 2035, reflecting commitment to preserving the environment. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdulatif Al-Zayani, attended the dinner hosted by the Bahrain Society in London on the occasion of its 59th anniversary in the presence of a number of members of the House of Commons, senior officials in the British government, businessmen, a number of members of the Society and invitees. Al-Zayani conveyed the greetings of His Majesty the King and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister to the members and affiliates of the Society from both Bahraini and British sides, and their pride in the role of the Society in consolidating the historical friendship relations between the two countries. He added that all these characteristics are rooted in the authentic Bahraini values, noting that Bahraini-British cooperation is diverse and extends to multiple fields. Al-Zayani stressed that in light of the ongoing war on Gaza and Lebanon, unified position calls for an end to the military escalation, an immediate and permanent ceasefire, facilitating the delivery of humanitarian aid, releasing hostages and detainees, and committed efforts towards a comprehensive and just solution to the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, stressing Bahrain's commitment to enhancing regional stability. He expressed Bahrain's appreciation for the UK's role in supporting international law. He praised the role of the Society's members in consolidating friendly relations between the two countries, expressing gratitude for the role of Bahrain's embassy in London, especially the efforts of the Bahraini ambassador to the UK, Sheikh Fawaz bin Mohammed Al Khalifa, and the UK ambassador to Bahrain, Alistair Long, in strengthening the Bahraini-British friendship relations. The Minister of Defence Affairs, Abdullah bin Hassan al-Naimi, received newly graduated officers from military colleges and institutions to undertake the official oath in the presence of the Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Diab bin Saikar al-Naimi. The Minister conveyed to the graduates the greetings of the PDF Commander-in-Chief, Field Marshal Sheikh Khalifa bin Ahmed Al Khalifa, and congratulated them on their graduation, thanking them for their efforts during their studies. In line with the vision of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, and with the support of His Royal Highness Crown Prince, Deputy Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces and Prime Minister bin Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, along with the guidance of the BDF Commander-in-Chief, the Minister encouraged the newly graduated officers to apply the scientific and practical skills they acquired with dedication and diligence. He wished them success in their future endeavours. The Chairman of the Supreme Council of Health, Lieutenant General Dr. Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdullah Al Khalifa, and Minister of Health Dr. Jalila Hassan planted a number of trees at the headquarters of the Public Health Directorate, where a number of officials and employees participated in the event. This comes in support of the initiatives of the National Action Plan to achieve carbon neutrality, which was announced by His Majesty the King, and within the framework of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister launching the National Tree Week. National Tree Week comes to enhance the results of the afforestation plan, which aims to double the number of trees to 3.6 million trees by 2035, in line with Bahrain's commitment to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. The Survey Land Registration Bureau SLRB announced the launch of the Bahrain Street View project of panoramic photography of Bahrain streets by employing the Street View service, which will allow exploring and touring streets and landmarks virtually through Google Maps. On this occasion, the president of SLRB, Engineer Basim Al-Hamar, said that the project is a qualitative leap in the field of spatial data in Bahrain in terms of updating geospatial data, which will reflect significantly on the national maps. He He added that the project will be completed during the first half of next year and the images will be uploaded to Google Maps gradually, noting the efforts of the SLRB in enhancing the use of technology and advanced techniques and implement a comprehensive plan that ensures full readiness for the requirements of the next phase of digital transformation. The Minister of Health, Dr. Jalila Hassan, met with UAE's Minister of Health and Prevention, Dr. Abdulrahman Al-Uwais, on the sidelines of the Arab Hospitals Federation Forum held in Abu Dhabi during October 29 to 30. Dr. Hassan emphasized the importance of strengthening close cooperation between the two countries to improve healthcare quality and advance the sector towards shared goals. Dr. Al-Uwais highlighted the UAE's dedication to exchanging expertise, particularly given the significant advancements in healthcare in both nations. In support of the initiatives of the National Action Plan to achieve carbon neutrality announced by His Majesty the King and within the framework of the kindness of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister in launching the National Tree Week to be held in the third week of October every year, the Secretary General of the Royal Humanitarian Foundation, Sheikh Ali bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, planted a number of trees near the Royal Foundation for Humanitarian Work headquarters. Since its launch, the government's innovation competition Fikra contributed to making a positive change in various areas of government performance by providing effective ideas and proposals to improve the level of government performance. This competition, which was launched by His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister in 2018, allows national cadres to present ideas that will enhance productivity levels and support creativity and innovation. Let's hear more in this report.
To promote creativity and innovation as a key driver of development, the Government Innovation Competition Fikra came in implementation of the directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, believing in the vital role of Bahraini energies in continuing the process of modernization and development. By providing an opportunity to engage government employees in putting forward ideas and proposals that serve the aspirations of government work and improve its outputs. The competition aims to stimulate creativity and innovation and provide an opportunity for the public sector to compete and bring about positive change by submitting effective proposals that enhance government performance. These ideas will contribute to overcoming today's challenges and anticipating future opportunities that will enhance the efficiency and quality of government services. The competition includes several conditions and stages that participants must pass to qualify for the final stage. Applications are reviewed by several committees before being evaluated by a high-level ministerial committee. The public is allowed to vote for their favored ideas, the best of which are implemented by government agencies related to the winning idea. The Kingdom of Bahrain, guided by the visions of His Majesty the King, continues to provide an environment that motivates government employees to make outstanding achievements.
Tamkeen praised the close cooperation with the Financial Crimes and Money Laundering Prosecution to take the necessary procedures and measures regarding the violations that are monitored through the fund's periodic follow-up operations for the institutions benefiting from the employment and wage subsidy programs or that are reported through Tamkeen's channels. This comes after the prosecution completed investigations into two separate violations previously filed by Tamkeen regarding two institutions exploiting the National Employment Program through false recruitment and manipulation of wages, which is considered a wrong practice and a violation of the provisions and requirements of the support, as well as a violation of the regulations and laws in force in the Kingdom of Bahrain, which exposes the violators to legal accountability by the competent authorities.